Okay, somebody has been shopping this morning. As you can see, I've got some 19mm bolts. Welcome back to the channel. So this morning I went to get those bolts which I'm just trying to put onto the Pottinger. I should have probably put this inside somewhere. I might back it into the shed. Sundering now. Scary. When the bolts go in, I'm damaging the threads if I hit them through. Come on. Hello, chickens. They just don't want to go on, these nuts. I'm sure they're the wrong size. They're just not going on. Even the ones, the brand new ones out of the packet, look. Oh, bloody hell. Look, if I just want to put one of these on, brand new one. Yeah, you see, I could force these on, these nuts, with my gun, but it just hasn't got the power to screw them on because they're the wrong nuts, which means I'm going to have to go to another dealership or somewhere else to a hardware store, find some nuts which are the right size, and then I can put them on these specific Pottinger shear bolts, which, like hen's teeth, to get hold of. I could only get 10 today. I couldn't even get enough for the legs, so they've got to order some more in. And a good thing to do would be to work out why my shear bolts are broken so that it doesn't happen again. So these are the points which I've just bought a new set of for £220, and I'm now going to have to soon buy some what they call shins, which are just above the point. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera. When you wear through this, you'll then start wearing the leg, which is something we don't want to do. So I'll have to start pricing up a few of these shins because you have to order them in advance sometimes, otherwise you won't get some replacement shins or points. Right, we're going to go excavating with the Manitou, see what we can find. One thing I've noticed about backing out recently with the Manitou is that when I've got the boom in the air, where I normally have it when I'm around the yard, I've got to be careful I don't hit the Collinson silo. At least the sun's come out now. Had some showers. Which attachment to find this stone, or whatever has been damaging my machine. But we had a lot of rain yesterday, as you can see, and the potato gang from the harvester have disappeared somewhere else. I guess it's just too wet to do the potatoes today. Anyway, I was listening to Farming Today earlier on this morning, and they were talking about nitrogen fixing peas because they're a little bit less expensive to grow than conventional crops, which require a lot of fertilizer, which is very expensive. Will we end up being a nation of farmers growing peas and beans? Could people survive on just peas or beans? I don't know, but it might be something to look at for our farm. Although we probably struggle to grow peas on our light land, we might be able to grow beans though. We could have a look at them as a more cost-effective crop to grow. It is quite exciting. I'm very, very excited about it. Growing cheap crops. Very excited. Right, somewhere around here is something in the soil which smashed up my machine yesterday, and we need to work out what it is. So leave a comment in the comment section what you think is in the soil blocking up the machine. Could be a tree stump, concrete, who knows. So I've got the pallet tines on, and we'll just go digging and hopefully pull this out so that when we drill it, we don't smash up the drill as well. That would be expensive. So we're lucky we've learned from this time. Well, there's something, a massive piece of concrete. Bloody hell. I think I might have found the problem. Actually, no, I didn't expect that. When I went over here yesterday with the Pottinger, I must have come along, the legs dragging through the ground. They've grabbed that oak tree and then they've bust back when they hit it. It was fairly deep in there as well. I'd say it was a good 6 inches, which was about where I was cultivating yesterday. Just under, probably about 7 inches under the ground. So we'll pick these 2 bits of rotten oak tree up, move them near these oak trees, and we'll create a habitat for the insects. Because the oak tree, which is rotted down, has already got insects in it. We don't want to use the wood for firewood, so we'll bring it over here, we'll make a little habitat. We've made a bit of a mess. We can come back and fix this with the cultivator once I get that fixed. As you can see, we have now created a nice habitat for the bugs, for the shrubs. I'm sure there's, you know, woodworm in here. We've got all sorts of things. Insects of all types in there. Working away, just nibbling down this piece of wood. I want to leave it here as a shrine for the insects. So this is perfect for a new conservation zone. The Olly's Farm insect zone. I'm really happy about that, guys. We've cleared up the area now so we can come through the cultivator and we can plant a new wildflower bird mix in there. So we're going to have hopefully a pollen and nectar mix in there next year for all the bumblebees. And we've then got here the new Olly's Farm insect conservation zone for the insects to break down this wood. I mean, we've hit 2 birds with 1 stone. It's time to read some of your comments. Sometimes I do get some inspiration and some good feedback from your comments to create new content and to also implement some advice, or some of your advice, on the farm. This comment is from Liam Bush. Between Massey Ferguson or New Holland, which one do you like the most? Well, Liam, at the moment I like the New Holland T6 in Maserati blue. I think that's such a cool tractor and I cannot wait to get my hands on one. Laurie Pierce, and this person, Laurie, you've seen the trouble and the struggle we've had today trying to get those bolts on, and you're absolutely right. You need a tapered punch or drift to line up the shear bolt holes before putting the new bolt in. Thanks for that, Laurie. If only I'd read your comment yesterday, we might have come out with a threaded bar to begin with. Connor Stokes, Ollie, if the John Deere ain't working, go for a case. Thanks for that, Connor. Actually, when we were up at Nicholson's again today, I was getting those shear bolts, and they had a lovely case, had 150 on the bonnet. It looked a lovely sized tractor. This comment's from Patrick Castelli. Should have just kept the 6930. It was perfect for what you do. Well, thanks for that, Patrick. Unfortunately, we decided to move with the times and go for the 6R. I'll tell you in the future if it was a worthwhile investment or good choice to go to. No tractor's an investment, really. Well, not many. They're a depreciating asset. Mike Ames, you need to get a weight block for the tractor. Maybe you should have ploughed or disked the field. We sent today the Olly's Farm P&G logo off, and it's going to be printed on the front of the new front box, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, everyone will see us coming then. John Mills, are you not better ploughing up the grass? It would do a better job. We didn't plough up yesterday the land because, found out today, there's that massive tree trunk in the ground, and there's just so much rubbish in there. It's going to take a little bit of time until I can get a plough in there. So my idea was to just keep going through the cultivator, to keep working the rubbish out, and then eventually, one day, we'll be able to plough it. That's the idea anyway. This one's from Brian Doyle, about the magic mushrooms on the farm yesterday. Magic mushrooms, Ollie, what more would you need on a busy day? I think the cultivation lines will be a bit wobbly. It'll be all over the place. Michelle Castell, next video, can you read out some comments again? You should do a shout out every video. Maybe we'll do the comments and a shout out maybe once or twice a week. David Smith, I could watch you tractoring all day. Thumbs up. Thanks for that, David. You can't compare a New Holland T6 to a Case Puma. Completely unfair comparison. New Holland T7 is the equivalent of a Puma. Basically, identical. As with the John Deere 6Rs, they also come in a smaller and larger wheelbase. Well, thanks for that comment, Greg Miller. I think what we'll do, I have got my eye at the moment on the T6s, the Maserati Blue T6, and the reason why is because they're a small, compact tractor which you can get around the yard. And I have been looking for a while, as a lot of you guys know, for a secondary tractor, something to go with the 6R. And what I like about this T6 is it's a small tractor, comfortable. They do them in 4-cylinder models, and they're also 50 kilometres an hour for the road. So if I was bringing some silage back in the summer months and I want 2 tractors carting, I could have the 6R and something like a T6 or a smaller Case Puma. So that's really why I've been looking at the smaller tractors. And you are right, I can't compare it to that massive Puma 240 the other day.
But there's lots of opportunity out there. There's so many cool tractors on the market at the moment. So we will hopefully get a secondary tractor in the future, one which is small and practical. Unfortunately, the older ones seem to be getting more and more difficult to get hold of, and they've just got such high hours on them nowadays that it's just becoming more and more difficult to keep them running and to keep them going, especially with a lot of the manufacturers discontinuing the parts. So I'd probably be better off buying a newer, small tractor to be the secondary tractor, but time will tell. So thanks very much for watching today's video. Be positive. I know it's raining outside today, wherever you are in the UK. It is probably going to keep going like this for the rest of the winter. It's a good time to catch up on jobs and to make sure that you've got all the parts right, so that when it is dry, we can then go out again and get going. So I'm going to sort the rest of these bolts out this afternoon. Hopefully I'll find the right nuts, which aren't the wrong size, and then we'll be well away. Enjoy your day, whatever you're up to, and I'll catch you on the next one.